be over here, I be over there. You be on the outside, wishing you were here. I be in the club, I be at the spot. You be talking big, but you really not.
What's going on, everybody? I'm just bringing you guys another quick little video. Right now I'm procrastinating, doing some homework. I've had a paper due. Well, it's not due until Tuesday, and we've known about it all semester, but we've had to turn it in little segments, and the final part is due Tuesday, and I've had a full week of no class and nothing to do, but I've still neglected doing it, and I'm kind of stressed about it. It's gonna take a little while to finish, but as you can tell, I'm avoiding that. I've been watching football today. I worked this morning. I watched the Seahawks take care of business. Luckily, barely, finally, on the Steelers. Unfortunately, Jimmy Graham goes down. He's out for the year. He's one of my favorite players for the Seahawks. I was really expecting him to do better this year. As soon as I found out he was going to the team, I actually bought one of his jerseys, a Seahawks edition, 88 Jimmy Graham, and I'm actually wearing it right now. I wear it every Sunday, that or just a Seahawks shirt in general. On Sundays when I work, we get to wear jerseys for Saturdays we get to wear college shirts, and Sundays we get to wear professional shirts. But anyways, it's he hurt his knee, he's out for the year, and that's unfortunate. But right here, you can tell we joined into a late match again. It's already started. It's almost halfway over, and we're down pretty big. I'm playing with a buddy, Dalton. Regret nothing. Shout out to him. And we have the GMCK clan tag. If you'll probably see lots of videos with me and my friends running around with that. It stands for Gamecock. We go to Jacksonville State. Dalton doesn't, but he'll be here next year. But we like to support the Gamecocks. Big fans of them. They're actually the #1 seed in the FCS college football playoffs. So that's big. That's a big deal. It's big news for us. They were 3 seed last year, but ended up getting put out in the second round, and that was unfortunate. But we definitely have higher expectations for them this year. We definitely feel like we have a strong chance of winning a national championship. It's right here, back-to-back deaths by the Gorgon. That gun is just, I don't know. I haven't seen it too much. I never really used it, but it seems very, very powerful, and it kills me much more quickly than I would like. But anyways, like I was saying, Jacksonville State, #1 team. We actually play UT Chattanooga this Saturday in Jacksonville, and that's a team that we've already played this year once. Hopefully we can come away with another victory. As some of you guys may know, our only loss came in overtime to Auburn, in Auburn. It was a very fun game to go to. I went to it, and that was a span of a 3-week period in which I went to 3 different football stadiums on Saturdays. I went to the Auburn game, I went to a Jacksonville State game at home, and then I went to an Alabama game at home. So that was kind of a neat experience, going to back-to-back football games in consecutive weeks, but at different stadiums. But as you can tell, we're down by 12. Starting the second half, we've kind of brought it back a little bit. Dalton's 4-7. As you can tell, I like to look at the scoreboard a ton, and I'm only 9-7 right now. I think that's what it said. I don't know. I wasn't paying much attention. I definitely didn't. I started off very, very well with those 4 really quick kills, and then it went downhill after that. But I promise it's going to pick up. I'm going to do better. We still have a whole round to play. But right here they called in a lightning strike, and I was kind of scared to run out. I wasn't trying to give them a free kill, but you'll see in a little bit a lightning strike actually does kill me. But anyways, about the paper, it's for my intermediate macroeconomics class. We had to pick a country, and we have to report on the entire economic stance of that country. I chose Brazil. I didn't know at the time we had to interview someone who lives in Brazil or is a citizen of Brazil or has worked in Brazil or anything. But luckily, in high school, we had a foreign exchange student, Paulo, from Brazil, and we actually became really good friends, and we still keep in touch today. And so luckily, I was able to get in touch with him and was able to actually use him as one of my sources, and I was able to ask him some questions about their governmental policy and stuff like that. And that's just the smallest part of that paper. We had to have at least, I want to say, 10 sources from 2014 or newer, and they had to be qualified. They had to be legitimate sources, no Wikipedia, no just like random Google. It all had to be World Bank or like a governmental site, or just something that's legitimate and has some credibility to it. And that was a huge struggle. And right now, and I'm not an overachiever in this paper by any means, but just to answer all the questions and to fully report on the economic stance, I've already got I want to say 25 sources from 2014 and newer, and it's going to take so long just to properly cite this paper. Like my works cited page is probably going to be 2 or 3 pages long, and that's probably going to take a couple of hours, honestly. I've only got 2 more parts and then a conclusion left in the paper, which I'm not too worried about. I know it's going to be the hardest part of the paper. It's the hardest material. It's about their monetary and fiscal policies, but the conclusion is just wanting us to say if we were the leader or the president of the country or whatever, or we had the power, what would we do to better fit the country from an economic standpoint? And luckily Brazil's not in the most terrible situation, so it won't be too hard. Just some minor tweaks, I feel like, and they could be up and coming again and back on a good path like they were. They're still a very, very well put together country. They just are in a bit of a downward spiral right now, but it's not too severe, and I definitely feel like they could come out of it very quickly. But I don't really know why I got to ranting about that paper. It's just on my mind, and it's been bugging me this whole Thanksgiving break, but I still didn't do it. I just can't make myself do any kind of homework on Thanksgiving break. I went home, spent a couple of days home, slept a ton, which doesn't seem to happen at all when I'm here in Jacksonville. I'm always busy either working or doing schoolwork. Try to play some games every now and then, but I slept so much. I spent some time with the family, ate way too much ham and macaroni and cheese and stuff. I'm a very big, very, very picky eater. I don't like the casseroles, or I don't really like turkey. I don't know. So Thanksgiving and Christmas food isn't my most favorite, and I kind of dread that part. That's the only part about Thanksgiving I dread. I love going home, spending time with the family, catching up with people, even though they ask a million times, what are you majoring in? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? You have a girlfriend, all this, all that. And that definitely, you have to answer that about 15 times a year to the same people over and over every year. And that's just it's kind of redundant, but it's not the biggest deal. It makes it seem like they care, at least. So that's what I'm gonna think, and that's how I'm gonna pretend, I guess, what it means. But it's always nice seeing people. I live about 2 hours away from the closest family member when I'm at home, and in school it's even further than that. So I don't get to see many family members all that often. But it's that kind of sucks. But that's what makes the Thanksgivings and Christmases a little bit better. And this Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving, I actually went to my brother's fiance's house, and we just thought it was gonna be her immediate family and my immediate family, and it ended up being about 30 people we had never met before. So that was definitely interesting. And we had to go around the room and do the I'm thankful for, and doing that in front of a ton of people I didn't know was kind of, I don't want to say embarrassing, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to stand up in front of everyone, even though I don't really have the biggest issue with that. I'd rather talk in front of 1,000 people than 30 people, and I've always felt that way. I actually did a speech at graduation and on my senior night, and it didn't bother me at all. But that's a different story for a different day. But this video is coming to an end, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.
This shit's special. This shit's special. DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled.